Today I want to discuss one of Nicholas Tikhomorov's photo for this presentation. Uh, so before I even describe or show what one of the photos that I wanted to present, I want to show first a general description of who Nicholas Tikhomorov was. So Nicholas Tikhomorov, hopefully that I've spelled his last name right, was born in Paris to Russian immigrants' parents. He spent his school years in a special boarding school for children of a similar background, those with Russian as a first language, followed by French. He joined the army at the age of 17 following the liberation of Paris, then spent several months in Germany, followed by 3 years in Indonesia. After finishing his military service, Tikhomorov found work in the darkroom of a fashion photographer using a Rolleiflex. He began to take photographs for many magazines, including Marie France, and in 1956, a decisive encounter with French journalist Michael Chevalier led him to accompany Chevalier, I'm saying that right, as a freelance photographer. This relationship resulted in long trips to the Soviet Union, Africa, and in the Middle East. So, seeing that this is who he was, one of the photos that I've chosen for this presentation was a photo that was titled "A Place for Lovers." And the reason why this interests me so much as I was going through some of his photos was because when you look at a photo and you want to question, you seem to question as to why it is that it's being taken. So when you see the photo, it is a photo of two lovers or two couples, and what seems to be of a beach. On the right hand side, the man who's in a suit and tie is sitting down in a chair, and the wife, I'm guessing, is next to him, just standing and looking off to the side. And in the background, and this one was really interesting to me, was just a horde of people right behind him, with behind a rope, just looking. I'm not sure as to what they're looking at, or if they're looking at them. And this is kind of what interests me so much. I really don't know as to what it is or what it would do, but it's kind of what he wanted to take as sort of a chord. So I wanted to point out as to one of the key ideas that Berger had pointed out that I wanted to mention. It's called, at its simplest, the message uncoded means I have decided that seeing this is worth recording. So for him to take this picture, it means that, look, this is what I want you to see. This is worth recording. Another key idea that I wanted to point out was, it faces of this photograph, we must either dismiss it or complete its meaning for ourselves. It is an image which, as much as any mute image ever can, all is for our decision. So he can't really tell us per se. An image can't tell us as to what it is that they're feeling or what is going on. We ourselves have to figure out what it is that we're looking at, what it can mean for us. So for me, I just feel as though this could be a movie set, and because this person is sitting and they're all to themselves, and it can only give me another explanation for it. I mean, there are people in there in swimsuits, there are people in there just ready to go to the beach, but for some reason, those two are the only people that are allowed in the beach. I believe this could be like a movie set. This could be actors, and they're out in the audience just waiting and looking as to what it is they're filming. Um, to me, it kind of creates a little bit of a memory as to what I was doing when I was filming. I'm a media arts major, so for me to have it create a memory of, or make you relate to it, seems like the right idea. So the reason why that it seems to relate to me is because when I'm a media arts person, I did an internship for TV 79 and for the Springer Show. And for the Springer Show, you have guests and audiences looking at the people, or at the guests, I should say, are looking at, the main actors. So seeing it, this picture, these people are probably looking at the actors. There can be maybe other explanations to it, but for me, they look like it could be in a set. So seeing that key idea for people that you can relate from Berger's point of view, that could be the case. And being the case, it creates a story. So one of the sections that we had to read was the section called stories, and in it there was a quote that I wanted to also point in for as, yet with the invention of photograph, we acquired a new means of expressions more closely associated with memory than any others. So what I put it as we as ourselves wanted to create memories, and since we now have phones, tablets, and all that, we take pictures. So as a photographer, they want to create either memories or a history for it. And so in order, the reason why he possibly wanted to take this picture was to maybe preserve a memory of being in a film set, seeing all these people, and it was being amazing that they were able to do that. So we can be able to preserve that photo. It's very timeless. So looking at all of his other photos of film sets and people that are looking out into the distance, these wide angled shots and close angle shots of people's expressions of memories helps me to conclude that this is what they're trying that he's what this is what he is trying to do, and this is exactly what Berger is trying to explain. So I just wanted to thank the photographer Nicholas Tegramarov to making me see this photo, make me relate, and making me just help me understand as to what he is trying to say. And with that, I would like to thank you for listening.